Many years ago, I served with my French brothers in the Battle of Verdun. Whatever I thought I knew about the ugly of warfare now seems minuscule in comparison to the winter of 1916. I snicker when my old comrades ask if I felt older these past few months, because the truth is I've never felt younger. I spent my time aging to stone in the trenches by the Meuse River. I found home in the air of war and don't remember a day when the mush of dirtied water didn't seep through the cotton of my socks.
What's on the menu today, sir?
Rations are short.
Constantly, I was awoken by corpse rats who attack the crumbs of rations in my pockets furiously, ticks and fleas finding home atop my skin. And though my time spent handling artillery was short, it compromised in brutality, hiding under sandbags, limbs of trees, and the occasional carcass from enemy fire. I can never erase the first time I saw a comrade dead, driven mad by its dismembered limbs and antagonizing sound of fire behind us. Rations so slim I had to peel its gloves off and keep them to myself.
What the hell are you doing here? That's an order!
Sorry, General Lieutenant Neville. I was on my way to the latrines.
Get down, boy. We got some confidential news while we're at it.
Is it about the Huns, sir?
Yes, sir. General Erich von Falkenhayn is attempting to secure Western Front victory by, quote, bleeding us white before Britain ensues the deployment of its forces.
They're scared of the Allies' strength, youngster.
Well, what are we out to do then?
Well, first, we estimate the attack to be around 4 a.m., so we need to establish numerous strong points due to the fact that we need to ration our troops to save them from the vulnerability of just pushing them through no man's land. You, sir, will only be in the trenches for a swift amount of time. Then, another platoon will come and revive yours. The Germans will soon dry out of their artillery and resources, so they will have to resort to phosgene gas. Also, they are planning on sending almost half of their troops to the Somme River, perpendicular to the Meuse River, to fight the battle that awaits there, meaning this is our time to go on full attack.
Furthermore, we must be alert of the attack on the Western Front. As we know, they are targeting the ancient city of Verdun on the Meuse River. As the fools they are, they believe targeting Verdun, where strategic necessity and nation pride combined, will help them secure heights east of the river and dominate surrounding areas. Every man should expect persistent cold rain causing the battlefield to be a massive, unworkable quagmire. Anytime now, we should expect the hills to be coated with snow. We will get our ammunition and supplies along the Voie Secure, which is a single road connecting Bar-le-Duc to Verdun. This gruesome battle is expected to have a tremendous impact on the landscape. Forests will be shattered, farms will be destroyed, and hills will be lowered. It is rumored that years later, dead bodies and shells will still be found.
Well, where do I go now, sir?
Off to the trenches.
As I was told by General Robert Nivelle and General Philippe Pétain, Erich von Falkenhayn struck early that morning, his advancement made by German troops who followed the massive artillery bombardment at Verdun.
Verdun attack number 1. German corrupts, line up. Bombardment on the Meuse River, commence!
5 days into the battle, their troops had captured Fort Dumont, the largest and highest of protecting forts at Verdun, the battle appearing to be going in Falkenhayn's favor. Though the Germans had made a fatal mistake, Crown Prince Wilhelm and his troops halting the use of Falken's strategy, committing the Fifth Army to greater offensive action, resulting in losses comparable to French casualty. It was then that General Philippe Pétain was given control of the French Second Army, establishing mutually supporting strong points instead of pushing his troops entirely onto the front line. This resulted in the rotating of units to ensure no man was down under for too long, and increased use of stronger artillery by supply voie secret.
This force machine rifle, known as the Chochao, will kill your greatest enemies. Not only does it shoot 240 rounds per minute, its maximum firing range is 2,000 meters far. This murderous gun can be fired from the hip. If you think this looks cool, just wait till you hear it. No one's gonna want to mess with you and this big boy.
Small as a tin of mints and stronger than the Huns, the F1 hand grenade is an anti-personnel fragmentation defense tool that provides both precision and control with its external grooves, craftable enough to be thrown This little guy's 60-gram explosion charge is lethal to any man within a 6-meter radius and lights out to those 30 or under. You better watch out.
The French 75 is the best gun on wheels. This old horse is capable of firing 15 rounds per minute. If that doesn't blow your mind, it will. This isn't like any other cannon. The recoil on the thing will leave you shook. Only the best can handle it, and you don't want to mess with the best.
This weapon is known as a flamethrower. It's the enemy with a burning liquid, which proves to be very effective. It's usually handled by 2 men, but I'm pretty strong. And this thing on my back is the oil. 4 pounds of it. That's why this thing can kill you in 5 minutes. Let's just say you don't want to mess with me.
In March, the Germans renewed their offense on the west bank of the Meuse, though a persistent quagmire concealed their efforts where General Robert Nivelle switched French strategy to large-scale counterattacks. This offered the Germans a chance to return to Falcon's strategy, though its concept had been lost, the final failure of phosphine gas sealing the Germans' fate. June 24th, the Allied bombardment began on the Somme. German offense at Verdun reduced in order to reinforce its new attack. General Robert Nivelle then seizing his chance to strike where new artillery proved superior, crushing German troops who already stood unprepared. Casualty arising in consequence when prior German forts were taken over by French troops. Battle closing officially in December, winter conditions preventing fighting almost entirely. Falkenhayn's plan to dominate the Western Front crushed and resulting in the French secure defensive victory against surrendering German troops. We had officially halted German advancements, wearing their combined losses at Verdun and Somme as a badge of honor. Though to say we'd somehow won felt ignorant, our armies damaged in defense of a strategically useless territory. The land I used to reside in littered by arsenic shells, unexploded munitions, and ordnance, forever altering its landscape. French and German casualty equaling out in their genocide of soldiers, 377,000 French and 330,000 Germans dead. Our enemy's troops facing a manpower crisis. The conflict had altered something inside of me. The man I was before now existed only as a shadow, and even in my restless years I understand George Santayana just as much as a young boy. Only the dead have seen the end of war.
Did we get up? Attack number 1! Verdun attack number 1! German corrupts the line! Bombardment!
Well, first, we estimate the attack to be around 4 a.m., so we need to establish numerous strong points due to the fact that...
Why are you doing that? No. Oh my god, I just...
What the hell are you doing here?
Go.